Hello, everybody. How you doing? Jason here. Just thought we would go live. You're gone already. Makes me sad. I need some friends. Somebody come and play with me. Hello there. How you doing? Just gonna look at a little diecast tonight. Thought I'd see if anybody wanted to join me. I'm dragging a few things out. Got a lot of stuff just came in the mail. We're just kind of hanging out, having a little party in the old diecast room here. Hello there. How are you? So if you want to request to see something, just pop that up in the chat. I'll be happy to communicate with you. We are fixing to start spinning a little diecast. Looks like that's dead. Oh well. Hello there, whoever just came into the room. We are just hanging out, looking at some diecast. Just wanted to see if anybody else was up and wanted to check out some cars. We're doing a little organizing here in the office, diecast headquarters. Got some new mail calls in. Hope you're all doing well. Hey there, how's it going? If you got something that you'd like to see more of, pop that in the chat. Taking requests. Hey everybody, just hanging out. Got some new stuff in the mail here. Been looking at some Matchbox, looking at some monster trucks. New Matchbox that just came in. This is a hot one. I don't even JDM, but look at that 93 Celica. Isn't that cool? And I'm loving the dozer. This is a fire dozer. Of course, I'm a firefighter, so hey, yeah, predictable, right? Also got some cool new moving parts. Just got that 57 Ford Country Sedan in. She got the 911 Carrera. The paint, it don't come through on here, but man, that thing's awesome. Same on that Excursion. Matchbox been showing out here lately. Unbelievable. Hope everybody's doing good. There's a lot of you just popped in here. Hopefully we can do some chatting. Somebody wants to pop a request in. Tell me something you want to see. Super or regular, RLC, vintage original red lines. That's just anything. We're looking at all different kind of stuff here. Just hanging out. Hope you're all doing well. We're just, hey there, Abby Fisher, QP1. Hope you're doing good out there. We're having a nice little Friday night here. We haven't been live in a while. So just hanging out. Talking Diecast, hoping to talk Diecast, taking requests. What's up, Death 87678? How you doing out there? I don't know how familiar everybody is with us and our channel. We live in Tennessee. We're based in the USA. And that's awesome, Abby. Glad to hear that you are doing good. Death 87678. Glad you're doing good. I've been really blessed. Life has a lot of ups and downs, and I've been throwing a few curveballs here lately, but I'm really too blessed to be upset about it. Just a lot of good things going on. Try to focus on the positive and roll on. Hey, that's right, Abby. Jesus loves you too. I'm a big fan of the man upstairs. I hope that everybody out there is doing well. Just pulled this out recently. It's a little creased, but 1996 first editions. The Ferraris are back in the house for now. That's a cool one. That's the F50. The Hot Wheels logo back there on the spoiler. I think I've got a few of the new Ferraris. Front end on that thing is mean. And they're doing a premium one of these. Hey, that's okay, Abby. I understand it's getting late. Hey, thanks for popping in the chat. God bless you. I hope you have a good night. Maybe we can chat again sometime. Appreciate you stopping in. Nice to meet you. Here's a color shifter. I let my daughter play with some of these in the bathtub. This is a pretty cool one. Purple Passion. Good friend of mine, brother Doug. He's my diecast partner in crime, one of my best friends in the world. He gave me this recently, but I already had it, so may have to crack it. Not just 100% sure on that yet. Time will tell. Hey, thanks, Death. I like that one too. The Purple Passion, it's while we're still talking about that, I think that's the one you're talking about. This one, it's a fantasy model, but it's one designed by Larry Woods, a pretty famous Hot Wheels designer, and he used to help design cars, I believe, for Ford. He was an actual car guy. This kind of reminds me of like a Mercury or something from back in the day. Big, heavy lead sled, but just I like that style car in general. This is one that I don't see on the pegs much. I'm a big DeLorean fan, and that is a pretty cool Teams Transport set. Not gonna lie, I'm not huge into Team Transport, but this is like a rally racing colors. Pretty neat little set. Pretty cool details on that DMC. I like that. I've always been a DeLorean fan. Just the artwork's cool. Everything's cool about that. So I had to snatch it up. Y'all forgive me if I'm random. If you got something you'd like to see, please make a request. We're taking them. Be happy to show you anything that I have. And we've got a lot of different stuff. While we're talking about DeLoreans, let's show these real quick. I think these would come like over in Asian countries. These would be in a little ball in like a machine, like a quarter machine, but you put a few bucks in there. This has a little stand in there. I think you can display it with the door open or with it closed, but that's a little bit smaller than 1/64 little hover mode that I haven't put together yet. I've got one of these. Thanks, Death. I've got another one of these. There was 3 of them. And one of these kits I put together. I may bring it over here later and show you. Here's another one that I haven't put together yet. Same thing, different ways to display the doors, open or close. This is, of course, the railroad one. You can see right there, but you got to put a water slide, but that is the skateboard, if you will. This thing's got railroad tracks that it sets on. That's pretty neat. Can't remember the name of the company that I got these from, but somebody showed those things online, and I couldn't take it. I'm a big Back to the Future fan. That's for that board, Back to the Future 3. Here's some of the stickers for Back to the Future 2. That's the one that I put together right there. I've got Marty with the door open and the flames behind, and even the little thing for the clock tower is in there. I just hadn't got around to putting together these other two yet. But I did put one on display on my Back to the Future shelf. Hello, everybody that's new in the room. We're just talking diecasts. Those, I'll be honest, Death, I can't remember exactly. I just did some like Google research. I saw a picture on Instagram of somebody overseas posting one, and I think I did a screenshot or a screen grab of it. And I can't remember if it was Amazon or eBay, but it was one of those. And they wasn't too bad. I think they were like $11, $12 a piece. I paid something like $35 shipping and everything to get all three sets, to get, one from the first movie, one from the second movie, and one from the third movie. I'm going to skip back to Ferrari while I'm thinking about it and got these handy. This is one that's been driving everybody crazy. F40 Competizone, which is a little bit more of a racing type, heavier body kit. The lines on this thing is cool. I'm not crazy about the wheels, but it is really cool though. Hoping to see this one premium later. I know they're doing the F40, or no, this is the F40, I'm sorry. They're doing the F50 in the premium, but I'm not sure if they've come out with the premium and the F40 yet on these new ones. That is, of course, the red. Here is the yellow release. I think this is new, yeah. Say this is 2026 A case. Really cool yellow. Hope everybody is doing good out there. We just taking a look at a little Ferrari. Tell you what, while we're looking at those, y'all bear with me just a second. I'm going to walk over here across the room and grab a couple more Ferraris. Since we have them, why not go ahead and show them off. So we're taking requests, so anybody, if there's any particular kind of car, particular kind of casting, doesn't have to be Hot Wheels, it can be Matchbox. If there's something you want to see, please just put that in the chat. Love to show you something. Here is the black one. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't that nice? I think the black's my favorite, honestly. I believe, I can't remember if this is C or D case for this year. But it's coming right up. I think it may be D. Love that they put the Ferrari logo on the front. Side quarter panel on both sides. Pretty cool. There is your black F40 Competizone, however you say that. Welcome everybody. Here's one that a few collectors are going to be chasing. Paint's really pretty cool on this. I don't know if that comes across on here. Like a gunmetal color. I love the wheels. That is your, I believe, D case. I think this is 2026 D case Super. Is this a regular spun one? Pretty cool. Welcome everybody that's new in the chat. It's hard to say who's been here and who hadn't. I looked up earlier and there was nobody here, and then I looked and there was 3 people, and then all of a sudden it said 30. There's been a lot of folks popping in and out. We're just hanging out, talking diecasts. Love to show you something in our collection. If you have a request, by all means, pop it in the chat. We'd love to chat back and forth with you. Be happy to showcase something if there's something you'd like to see. Friend of mine, brother Cecil, just sent these to me recently. Look at that 70 Chevelle SS wagon. You might notice my logo looks a little similar to this. We actually own a 69 Chevelle wagon, which is very, very, very similar to the 70. Hey, Death, I do. Glad you said that. Okay, just actually, you know what? We'll start with the two that's in the frame, but I've got a bunch more here. I'll tell you what, we'll start it off right. Since you asked for monster trucks, this is one I just recently picked up. And another little fun fact, me and a good friend of mine, brother Doug, just recently went to St. Louis to the Nationals earlier this year, and we stopped off in a little town that was actually where the real Bigfoot Garage is located, and we got to see the original truck and touch it and take some pictures. I've got a short and I think a long video too on here showcasing that. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that you have one like this, Death. That's a nice one. I'm going to look and see if I've got another one handy. Welcome, everybody. I hadn't seen you or said hello already, but that's a cool one. That's one that I just happen to have right here handy. And right here, when I was saying the ones in frame, check this out. This is the second version of this. This was new for 2024. Came out last year. It's called Try to Crush Me. Nice little three-wheeler. Looks like a Honda 350X or like a 250R or something. Check out the chains on the tires. Isn't that cool? We grew up riding three-wheelers. I'm an old 80s kid. You know, grew up mostly in the 90s. You know, late 80s, early 90s. I was born in 83. But I love three-wheelers. Isn't that cool? Love the racing livery. Love the chains. Again, this was the second. I believe it was the second version of this to come out. I'm going to go snatch the first one up because I've got it over here loose in a minute. This is the most recent one. This is the third version or variation or whatever you want to call it. How about glow in the dark? I thought this thing was so cool. I actually scored two of these, and I just love it. I love the colors on this one, and just I don't know that I've done anything with this as far as actually seeing it glow in the dark, but I know I have before. I know these models glow pretty bright. Welcome, everybody. If you're just coming into the chat, we're just hanging out, looking at some diecast, talking little cars, big cars. Put a request in the chat, and I'll show you anything in the collection that you want to see. We've got a little bit of everything. Probably about my office here, where our little headquarters is. I got about 1,000 pieces loose on display, a few carded, mostly loose displayed in cases, and I've probably got at least another 1,000 cars sitting on the floor here. We've got a pretty extensive collection. We're working on doing a little reorganizing and that kind of thing. I hope you're all doing really well out there. Death asked to see some monster trucks. We are going for it. I've got a few on display loose in my case here. I'm going to grab a couple of those. Y'all bear with me just a second. Put some requests in the chat. I'd be happy to show you some of my collection. Sharing the collection with others and showing people stuff they don't see every day or haven't seen before. That's like a big part of the hobby, I think. I tell people all the time, the people in this hobby are actually the best part of the hobby. Cars are just a bonus. Welcome, everybody. There is the first Try to Crush Me, which really looks like, I'm going to say a 250R. I hope that they do this thing. Really hope that they shrink this, which they don't have to shrink it too much, but I just want it in 164 with regular wheels. But I love this one. This is probably going to be my favorite. Yeah, that front articulates 23. But you know what? That may be when the year that first came out. No, it said new for 24. Maybe they designed it in 23. But anyway, that is a super cool one in my opinion. How do you go live? Death, that's, you just kind of have to play with it. Like when you're on the YouTube app on your phone, there's a plus down in the bottom middle. At least it is on mine with Android. You click that plus, that's like plus to post, and you just slide over to live, and you have to click through a couple different things there, and then it'll let you go live. Since we were talking about Back to the Future and DeLoreans and time machines, that's one from my loose case. That cool. Like that one too. So anybody got some requests? If there's something else you'd like to see, anything, hit me with something hard. We have got a little bit of everything. We've got several different brands. Got a lot of stuff laying around here. Well, we're talking about Bigfoot, and man, we had a blast. The guys in the shop took us all through the back and showed us another fun fact. This one is up the street from the shop, from the actual Bigfoot shop where the original sets. This is up the street at a grocery store to where you can pull over, and I've got pictures of me inside the wheel. Like it's that big. And I'm about 5'11", and my buddy Doug, brother Doug, that went with me, we got some pictures of him in the wheel. You'll have to look on our page. I know we've got a short. I feel like I may have did a long form video too. That's just like a picture roll. It's a video, but it just shows where we went to headquarters earlier this year. That one's cool. I love the dirty variation on that one. Speaking of brother Doug that went with me, he got me new monster trucks, and he actually got me some protectors too. I love the regular carbonator. This is, of course, is the carbonator XXL, which is pretty cool. We've opened a few beverages with the regular one. This is a new one to the collection. So I'll show y'all while I got it. I don't know who he got these cases from, but they almost feel like sterling. Pretty nice. I'm a firefighter by trade. This is the 5-alarm. This is some sort of little special edition. It's kind of gold or gold chrome. Whatever it is, I like it. I think he found this one for me. Can't remember what the series on this was called. Welcome, everybody. We're just looking at some diecast and taking requests. Something that you would like to take a look at, by all means, drop it in the chat. Here's another cool one a good friend of mine found for me. Sharks and Dinos. This has got the pretty blue wheels. Got some nice artwork on the truck there. That's a pretty neat one. New for 2025. I'm thinking just the series is new. 5-alarm obviously is not new. But maybe with the blue wheels with the Team Shark, that may be a new thing. Pretty cool. Y'all forgive me if I cough a little bit. Skateboards, hey, I like it, Death. I like the direction you're going here. I do have some skateboards. I will pull a couple of those out here momentarily and show you. Just really fast while I got it, I was going to show off this new 5-pack Hot Wheels Motor Show. Got a whole lot of cool stuff in there. Officially licensed. Everything in there is licensed. That's one of the best parts about this. I'm going to go on the back. Aston Martin Vulcan. Of course, that second one is the Ferrari Stradale. Ford GT. Lotus Evija. I don't know how you say that. Lambo. Excuse me. Sorry about that, everybody. That's a cool one. friend Doug just gave me that. So, speaking of skateboards, you may have seen this one here. Here is a Hot Wheels SpongeBob. My daughter loves this one. He's pretty cool. I've got a couple on display here in the office. I'm going to go ahead and grab those. Anybody else has some requests? Please feel free to drop those. Y'all bear with me just a second. Open a couple of my display cases. Try and get some of the goods and show Death what we got here handy. So one of my favorite boards that I have open besides SpongeBob. Welcome everybody. Drop something in the chat. Check that out. And it's sandy textured too. Love the hoverboard. We didn't see a whole lot of these. And check this out. It had the correct shoes. I don't know if I can do it with these gloves. Isn't that sweet? I thought that's a nice little set. I've got some more here. Now this one, I just absolutely bought it for the artwork. And it was a 2-pack. The shoes are pretty cool. You know, kind of classic Hot Wheels, but check out that. I just love the artwork on those boards. That one's called Retro Rider, or maybe the whole set is. It shows some of the other ones, but this was definitely one of the coolest ones in that particular set. I'm not a major collector on these, but I love art and design, and I did skateboard a little bit as a kid. Here's some Ninja Turtles. Nickelodeon. That's going to be Leonardo. Michelangelo. Cowabunga. Literally ate some pizza tonight. Welcome everybody. If you're just tuning in with us, we are just checking out some diecast, some Hot Wheels, some pop culture. There's all of them. Wondering, I actually was able to pick up the whole set. There's Raphael. I go live, what should I film about? Well, just film about whatever you're feeling tonight. Which obviously our channel is mostly about diecast and toys. Donatello, last but not least. So that's the whole set of those. Yeah, honestly, Death, I never really have a full-blown plan. Usually when I do one of these lives, we don't do a whole lot of lives, so forgive me if I don't have a whole lot of information for you on how to go or what to do. We just kind of wing it. We just put some background music on the computer that doesn't have copyrights and just kind of go for it. Throw our sign up and start pulling cars out and hoping somebody will drop something in the chat so we got something to chat back and forth about. Hope everybody's doing well out there. If you're just getting in here, we're just hanging out, looking at some cars, having a good time. Hope you're having a good time. We've got a pretty serious diecast collection. We're in our office here, and be really happy to show you anything you'd like to check out. We've looked at a few supers. We've looked at some monster trucks, looked at some Ferraris and some Matchbox. Just kind of doing a little bit of everything tonight and doing a little chatting back and forth. You got a suggestion or you just want to say hi, want to tell me where you're from or what you collect or something you'd like to see, just drop it in the chat there. We'll be happy to hear from you. I'm going to go over here and grab my latest super find. Show y'all that. And I also just opened a really nice mail call that had a pretty unique piece in it. I can show you that. All right. Let's do this. Okay, now I'm requesting. Where is everybody from? Anybody viewing us from outside the U.S. tonight? How about a 2018 65th anniversary? Very high metallic, sort of spectra flamish paint. Throwback solid gray wheels. This is from Matchbox International Gathering of Friends. It's held in Albuquerque, New Mexico every year. Just got that in. WWE wrestlers. I don't. I do somewhere, Death, to answer your question, somewhere around here, I do have some wrestling figures from my collection growing up, some toys that I found at my mom's when I tore down a shed a few years back, but I don't have them handy. Apologize on that. But I do like some wrestling, especially like late 80s, early 90s wrestling. I was a big Sting fan. The Doom Brothers. Just found this little beauty. Nice little golden surprise. Had a healthy little tip from a good friend. Said, you might want to go by this store when you get off work. And I did, and I scored. Man, it was lovely. That's a cool piece. One that I was glad to add, if you know what I mean. Here is some stuff that a friend of mine recently gifted me. I haven't actually opened it yet. 95 Honda NSX-R GT. Isn't that cool? Makes me think of Ryu Asada, big time Hot Wheels designer. May he rest in peace. Look at that mix. Some good stuff. I haven't found many of these at all. I want that 75 Porsche Turbo. That's a cool one. Majorette bringing some pain with some of this new stuff. Here is another recent gift. Welcome, everybody. If you're new to the live, we're just hanging out, looking at some cars. You can probably tell I like Porsche. This is the 934 Valiant. Valiant. I don't know how you say that. It's cool. Makes me think of an Apple computer. The early Apple logo. Another recent gift. If anybody has any requests, something you'd like to see, just drop that down below. Be happy to try and oblige. Got a little bit of everything. We're just kind of skipping around, looking at some recent finds, recent purchases, recent gifts. We've been really blessed this year. Hope you have too. Did I mention I like Porsche? Here is the 963 hypercar. He's a beauty. Really like this one. This is my first Elite 64. Definitely not hating on them, by no means. We can appreciate things even if we don't collect them. But this is my first one. Hey, thank you, Def. Glad that you dig it, my friend. Put that where you can see the complete backside. Pretty cool. Hey, while I've got this in hand, I'm gonna go grab one more hypercar that came out this year that I've got. I'll tell you what, I'll grab two. How about that? We can do two. We've got the time. Let's just do it. It'll be fun. I've recently started watching F1 racing about roughly a year and a half ago. I watched the better part of last season But this season we just completed my first full season. Man, what an action-packed adventure that has been. Where's everybody from? Yeah, I'm curious if anybody's watching from outside the U.S. or what state you're in. Death, what part of the world are you in? Hot Wheels Premium, Circuit Legends, Car Culture, Ferrari 499P. Ain't that a beauty? A lot of people itching to get these. I knew I probably wouldn't see this on the shelf, and I didn't. So I ordered a case. We didn't get a chase. We actually ordered 2 of these. I think it was like 1 chase every 3 cases. So I probably should have ordered an extra. That's okay. Oh, cool. Death, West Virginia. That's awesome. My friend Doug, he was just up that way recently. Course 917KH. This whole set was awesome, though, honestly. I fell back into the hype of the Ferraris, which I've always liked Ferraris. I shouldn't say that I just only fell into the hype, but I've got almost everything that's come out this year. I'm in Tennessee, if I hadn't told you already. Y'all let me know where you're from. Drop a line in the chat. Love to hear from you. Here's a pretty cool set that came out earlier this year. This was the first one, even before the main lines officially hit the shelf. That's the certificate of authenticity on this piece right here that I'm fixing to show you. This is this one's kind of a big deal. This one's a little bit of a showstopper. I think they call this one the Ferrari Heritage Set. All right, let's just open it up. What do you say? $24 back there. $25 over here. Pretty cool. This has got a 499P Modificato Hypercar in Spectra Flame Red, and also the 312P. Can think of it. Let me just pull this off so you can hopefully keep the dust cover on it, because I don't have this one in a case that's covered right at the moment. Look at that. Look at those bright, beautiful Spectra Flame details. There's a little, where you can see they're talking about the renewed partnership. Tells about both of them right there. Let's see if I can get this to open on up. Engine's super detailed on that one. Really, really cool. This set wasn't cheap, but it definitely did kind of impress me. Oops, sorry about that. Also, removable. I would do that. Removable hatch. That was a flub dub. Just kind of sits on there, but yeah, there you have it. Pretty cool set. Gotta go to bed. Have a good night. All right, Death. Take care. Have a good one, my friend. Maybe we'll see you on the live another time. Appreciate you interacting with us, friend. Have a good one. Have a great weekend and a good, happy holidays. I'm thinking neon speeders. Are y'all feeling neon speeders? You're just tuning in to the chat live. Welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for spending some of the late Friday night or early Saturday morning, depending on where you're at in the world. Those of you that are still in here, drop a line in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what part of the world you're in. Tell us something you'd like to see. we are taking requests. We're making requests. We have got a little bit of everything sitting right here, handy dandy, and we would love to go get something that you'd like to see and show you. Try us. I'm fixing to show you the latest neon speeders. I think this is the best set yet, not just because of the colors, and they went as bold and bright as I think they ever have on this particular set. This is the Volvo 850 Estate. I'm a big wagon guy personally. Cool one. That is one. We are putting the rest of them in order right now. Next up, 2 of 8 custom Ford. That is cool. We're from Tennessee, so of course we're going to like the orange. Now, next up, number 3. This is a really cool one. Pink interior, pink stripes, 62 Corvette. Isn't that neat? Tail lights done. Yep. Headlights are silver. That's awesome. This is one I didn't expect to see in the mix. I think this may be the first gasser in the neon speeders. Love the artwork on this one. Love the scallop type stripes on that. It's a really cool casting. All right, I'm having trouble with my camera there. 64 Chevy Nova Gasser. I couldn't remember what year it was. That is, sorry, I was trying to show you the engine bay. That is just a really, really cool one. We love Nova anything. We sure do. That was number 4. I just realized I don't have number 5 out. Thought I had them all. Y'all forgive me on that. I'll find that here in a minute. Oh, there we go. Definitely don't want to miss that. 5 is a doozy. Everybody's doing good. Look at this. Artwork's cool. 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. Love the rear end. We are pretty much Mopar crazy around here. And our current car that we drive, our sports car, it's based on this 70 Dodge Hemi Challenger. We have, and I got that same tail light on mine, but that's number 5. We own a 2013 Dodge Challenger, and that body style that Dodge reintroduced in 08, it's based on that 70 Challenger, like that one, which is pretty cool. All right, next up, number 6, Volkswagen SP2. The color don't come across that well, but it's a really, really super deep blue. Heavy, heavy, heavy metallic blue. Love the taillights on that one. I like some Volkswagens anyway, but that is a super cool one. Welcome anybody that's new to the chat. Thanks for tuning in. We're looking at the latest neon speeders mix. This is a nice little metal base. This middle section, it's the interior, it's plastic. It is a metal top, metal bottom. CRX is cool. 85 Honda CRX. That's number 7. Okay, and last but not least, this was what I believe Hot Wheels and Mattel officially considered the chase. 8 of 8. 71 Porsche 911. I love Porsche in general, but I really enjoy the vintage ones. Neon 911. Love the X on the headlights. Welcome. If you're new to the chat, drop something below. We are showing off some of our collection and some of our blessings. We have recently had some gifts from friends, some mail calls. That base is metal. That's a painted metal base on the pink neon chase. That's number 8 of 8. We have found some supers recently. I think we found 5. We found 7 or 8 supers this year, but we found a couple of doubles. But we found 5 of 15 that they released for 25, which is pretty amazing. And just had our